Hey everyone, welcome back. Greatly appreciate you here. If you're new to the channel, thanks for stopping by, checking it out. It's really nice of you. Um, Check out a few videos. Let me know what you think. Please take the time to leave a comment. Today's video is about the top 7 weight loss questions that I've gotten here in the past month. So I wanted to go over these a little bit and answer them. And instead of replying one by one, I think it's information that everyone should get to see and stuff and share that. So, 7 weight loss questions. And these have come up in multiple different ways, most of these. That's why they made the list of the top 7. Plus, if you wait to the end, there is one bonus question that I will be answering. So, first one that always pops up, and it is one that I have some personal experience with and am very adamantly very against, is weight loss surgery. So why am I against weight loss surgery? I've had one cousin, um, 3 friends, and a couple of acquaintances that I've watched go through different various weight loss surgeries, and none of them have turned out good. All of them lost weight. All of them have put weight on, and all of them are less healthy now than what they were before they started. And one of them is in severe health issues right now. So when you do a weight loss surgery, they either bypass some of the stomach or they shrink the stomach. And one of the things is you aren't able to absorb as many nutrients as you used to. And my friend who has the most issues, she lost a lot of weight. But when she started gaining it back, she was on a constant variety of pills. So she had to take a lot of supplements to try to counter the nutrition that she wasn't able to get. And it wasn't enough. And it threw her system off something fierce. She became to where she was loading a lot of weight back on very quickly after losing a dramatic amount, but also in a lot of issues of malnourishment. Everything was and is very bad for her. She has struggled for years now. Not only has she gained a large percentage of the weight back, but her health and constant doctors and constant more pills and stuff has been very bad. Um, Other people, I've watched them go through weight loss surgery, then go through a complete skin reduction, and now have gained the weight back. I have not personally ever seen a long term good effect from it. That alone is enough for me to say, I'm not going to do it. That's just not an option. I would never suggest it to anybody off of my personal experiences of, watching friends and my cousin going through the things that they've went through. Next one is Ozempic, and I don't know if I'm saying that right or not, and other pills like that. I did not look into these a whole lot. I looked into them a little bit, and it does seem to work for people on ruining their appetite and stuff and making food not attractive, I guess would be the right word, maybe. But I've also, when I started looking into it more and more, the people have a hard time staying on it long term because, let's be honest, food is something to enjoy. And if you're on something like that and you go to Thanksgiving dinner, is it better to possibly indulge a little bit with friends and family or sit there in disgust at the food that's on the table? Maybe disgust is a hard word, but still, it seems to me that that takes a little bit away. And I think I have a better way of doing things for me than that. So, next question. I have. So, question number 3. I haven't been keeping count. You keeping count? If you have any comments on weight loss surgery or have any input or any personal experience or a friend or anybody, I would like to hear your experience. Please share it. I would love to see what you guys have to say. Also, with the Ozempic, stuff like that. Again, if you've ever had any experience or if you have an opinion of it, let me hear what your opinion is. I would appreciate that. So, question number 3. What diet plan do I use? This is a lot more simple than what a lot of people make it. So, my diet plan, my focus is whole food. I try to be as much plant based as I can, but I want it as close as picking it out of the ground, picking it off the tree, whatever, as possible when I eat it. That's one of the reasons I really like my salads and stuff like that, is because I take, fresh greens and broccoli and walnuts or pecans and bell peppers and tomatoes and all of these great fresh things, avocado, onions, garlic, all the good stuff. Throw it in a salad and man, drizzle a little olive oil, or I make my own vinaigrette with some red wine vinegar or some raspberry vinegar. And, anyways, off track there. Lots of seasonings, and they're fantastic. So, I don't go too overboard on overthinking it by focusing on whole plant based. And when I do eat meat, I want good quality meat. I want it as local as I can, as fresh as I can, and just something that isn't, going through a meat processing plant if I can avoid it. We do have a local fishery here. They're really good about, local catches, getting in wild caught stuff, things like that for me. I really like salmon. It's fantastic. I have, catfish is another one that I like, blackened catfish and stuff, which is something that we can get locally really easily, and other fish and stuff like that. But that's a small percentage of my meal. I want that to be, my goal is to be 10% or less of meats when I do. Bison, we have a local bison ranch. There's another bison ranch that I'm friends with that he will ship me in bison and stuff. Again, I know the pasture where it's raised. I know where they're butchered. I know what they do. I know, they're open about what they're feeding them, when they're grazing, the whole 9 yards. And the ranch that I'm friends with, they'll harvest when I want them to harvest. So, which is really fantastic. Although I don't have the needs anymore for full bison. I used to when we ran our restaurant. Um, but fantastic people to work with. That's Driesman Buffalo Ranch in Toledo, Iowa, or Tama, Iowa. I think it's what it's considered. So if you want to hit them up, he'll ship it USPS. But if you're outside of Iowa, I don't know how long shipping time and stuff would be. Um, Next question. Now this is a really big one, and I really want your input on this. Is you hear a lot of calories in, calories out. As long as you put less calories in than what you're putting out, you're guaranteed to lose weight. Okay, great. I don't think that's true though. And with that, I have a question. Does that mean the quality of calories doesn't count? Yes, I know people will eat just Twinkies or just Snickers, and that's their only diet for a period of time and lose weight. Okay, that works for a short term, the calories in, calories out. But what's it doing internally to you? If you think about it, sugar has a high insulin spike, which then converts to glucose, which then hits your liver. And if it can't be burned quick enough, it turns to fat, fatty liver syndrome, fat deposits amongst the entire body, yada, yada, yada. Calories in, calories out is not a good statement. It is not, calories are not equal. And if you think they are, let me know. I would love to actually see your argument, your discussion on this. because there's more and more evidence coming out that shows that it's more of a hormonal and what's happening with your hormones inside and how you're feeding yourself. It's not a quick instant fix. This is long term. That's where I want the best quality of calories going in. So, do I count my calories? I do not. I do not count my calories at all. I don't consider it. I eat until I'm satisfied, and that's it. And by focusing the way that I'm eating, then that is perfectly fine. Next question is, how much weight should I lose each week? There's no set amount. First of all, how much weight do you have to lose to answer that question? I am morbidly obese. At when I first started, first started really getting serious, I was 480 pounds. This has been many years ago. Doctor basically told me, "Hey, your blood sugars are out of control. Your everything was out of control and very bad. We need to start a regimen of medications." And with things the way they're going, it was a very grim outlook. And I ended up losing, I think, almost 200 pounds. Not quite, but just almost 200 pounds. Um, got my health in order and stuff, and then I had my own failures, my own faults, and gained a lot of it back and done that a few times. I've lost more than 100 pounds 4 times, I think. I don't know. Too many. Way, way too many. So, how much you should lose each week is, you know, depends. Next question, I guess is number 7, is I haven't been counting. I haven't written down here. So, next question is, I've been losing weight, but I've been on a plateau for 2 weeks. What do I do? Has anybody ever lost weight and then all of a sudden it stopped? Leave me a comment. I want to hear it. I want to hear your story. And how did you break it if you broke it? Because this is information I guarantee you a lot of people viewing this channel want to know, and they would love to hear your experience on what you did to break your plateau. So, for me, the way that I look at this is your body is extremely efficient. It knows how to take care of itself. And even with my last video, I shared how I stopped even fasting, not eating, but maybe 1,000 calories, probably closer to 500 calories. I didn't lose any weight for a full week. So when you're losing weight, your body will get rid of so much for so long and then say, hold on, what's going on? This is my store. This is my emergency plan. That's what your fat is. That's your emergency, get out of jail free, carry on in case there's a catastrophe, whatever. That's your body's insurance plan. So it does not want to get rid of the savings account. That's what your fat is. That's your savings account. It says, hey, why don't you go to the fridge and grab something? We're not spending this. We're on a budget because something's been draining the savings account here, and we want to stop that for a little bit. And your body does, and it will do all kinds of things to reduce your energy expenditure. And that's where calories in, calories out is also kind of a faulty thought process in a sense, because you cannot reduce your calories lower than how efficient your body can become. Let me repeat that, because a lot of people don't seem to understand that. You cannot reduce your calories lower than how efficient your body will run. Your body will reduce its energy expenditure to lower than whatever your calorie intake is. So if you are at, reduced down to 1,800 calories a day and you plateau, your body's going to be like, okay, well, we aren't going to move. A lot of people then just automatically turn and reduce their calories to 1,500 calories a day. And that may get it moving, it may not. And then if you ask a doctor or general practitioner or somebody, they're going to say, well, you're not moving enough, or you're eating too much, or you are doing something wrong, always blaming you. No, your body is holding on to its reserves. So, what I usually do at that point in time is I look to the most nutrient dense foods that I can get a hold of. You know, quinoa, spirulina, just as much possible good, pure nutrition as I can. Mix up a lot of different greens, a lot of different things, and that's all I eat. I only eat specifically nutrient dense, as fresh as possible, what's in season foods, and I consume those and just those and water. And I try to make sure that my body knows I have plenty of nutrition coming in. I won't, I may or may not fast during those times because I haven't ran into that other than last week with fasting. But when I'm dieting just on calorie reduction, and well, I guess I've been fasting or in my weight loss at least 16/8 or whatever. But I'll take that nutrient density in my eating windows and I'll eat it, you know, 2 or 3 times. Small portions, but keep hitting them. Um, Another thing is just persevere. Just understand that your body is okay to hold on to weight. It doesn't want to get rid of the savings account. Keep going the way you're going. Don't worry about the scale measurement. Keep exercising. Make sure the food that you're getting is really good. This is only if you're at the point of exercising. And with that, that leads us to our bonus question. So if you've gotten anything out of this, first, please leave me a comment. Let me know what you think. If you disagree with everything, please put it out full print. And if you've made it this far, you're a champion. You're absolutely great. So, one of the bigger questions that a lot of people have to make a decision on is diet or exercise. Which one comes first? And depending on who you ask, a lot of people say get exercising, get moving, get going. But realistically, the truth is your diet is more important. Getting your nutrition on point and getting into those habits is much more important, much longer term results than what exercise is. Don't get this the wrong way that you shouldn't exercise, but also need to realize that if you go from a sedentary life, sitting a lot of the times, not a lot of movement, anything like that, and just slamming into exercise, a potential injury is there and a greater one. Whereas if you diet, get your nutrition right, get your healing process going on, your body's starting to get in a better shape and things like that, and you start losing weight, every pound you lose reduces the stress on every one of your joints. And if you're obese, these joints have been under a lot of stress for a long time. Most people who are obese have back problems, lower back problems, especially. Most people who are obese have knee problems, feet problems, ankle problems, shoulder problems, all these problems. And if you go exercising these problems before you start having the healing process going on with your body, your nutrition right, and start getting the weight off, you enter the chance of now injuring yourself, and your avenue that you decided to lose weight is now cut off. So now you're backtracking and back to diet as long as you didn't lose motivation for the weight loss. So to me, diet is the most important starting point. Exercise is needed, but if you're obese, we will talk about exercise in a video coming up soon. So make sure you subscribe, and I look forward to seeing you again. Thank you so much for taking the time to watch, and thank you for all the comments and feedback and your information. It doesn't only help me, it helps others who are viewing this. So thank you for being part of the community. Have a great day.